How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Uh, I'm here, as you can see. I'm without my walker, getting this cardio in. Today, yesterday I was actually going to try to work out. This is my first day working out. And yesterday I was going to try to work out, but I was just so tired. I just said, you know what? I'll try tomorrow. So I just kind of chilled out and took it easy. And so today I got up, laid in bed for most of the morning. Then I went back to sleep until about noon. And got back up, finished my breakfast because my brother, he made me this huge breakfast and that I could not finish. So I saved the rest of it for lunchtime. But was a cheese omelet with some sourdough bread with butter, and then I had some black tea. My favorite black tea is the Daindar. If you all are tea drinkers, you all gotta try Daindar. It's an imported black tea from Pakistan, and it's by far one of my favorite teas. If you want a tea with more of a caffeine punch to it, you'll love the Daindar because it's just got it has a steady caffeine. I'm a coffee drinker. I like coffee, but the only thing about coffee is sometimes it drops you off on your butt. You get the jitters, and then you end up crashing in the middle of the day. And so what I like about black tea, the Daindar in particular, is it's a steady flow of caffeine throughout the day. And there's also, I could also say the same for coffee, but there's also enzymes in black tea that help your food digest. You know what I mean? There's basically good, I guess you could say, healthy enzymes there, which make it great for digestion and whatnot. So that's what I had. And I'm just out here strolling around the complex. Look at this. Wow, there's a little mulberry tree here. This is actually a new apartment complex, so that's why I'm kind of like, my eyes are all over the place. I like to check out my surroundings. But see, you can see there are mulberries on this tree. And I remember when I was a kid, we had this mulberry tree in our backyard. And man, I remember we were up in that tree. There was some family friends of mine that came over the house, and I mean, we're all kids, but we're all like getting bigger, you know. And so we're playing it tag. I think it was either it tag or hide and seek. So there's like 2 or 3 of us that climbed up into this mulberry tree, and that mulberry, the branch to the mulberry tree broke, and it comes falling down, and like it just falls down in the middle of the yard. And I'm like, man, there's no way we're gonna hide this, because it was a decent sized branch. And if you were raised like I was raised, the good old fashioned way, we were so scared. We were so afraid that we were gonna get a butt whoopings. And thank God for my friends having been company. I don't think my pops would have lit my friends up, even though our family friends were they're like, you know, second parents to us. You know what I'm saying? We were all raised the same way. But I think he was trying to mind his manners in front of my friends, and so we actually didn't get butt whoopings. But every time I see a mulberry tree, it kind of reminds me of when we were kids. And then we used to do stuff like take the mulberries off when they got nice and black. We'll, you know, pluck the mulberries off. We put them in like put them in like dirt and then put water in it, and like we didn't know what we were doing. You know, when your kids playing in the backyard, you experiment with all kinds of stuff. So I'd come back like a couple weeks later, and all the seeds had started sprouting out of this little container that I put the mud in and everything. But yeah, it's pretty neat. But back to what I was saying though is yeah, this is my first day out walking. Like actually doing this long of a walk since the accident. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to just keep my body from atrophying, because that's the last thing you want, is for things to atrophy so low to the point where you start really losing your strength. And I could feel that. I was doing leg presses in the apartment complex, the little gym that's in the apartment complex, and I could just tell how weak my right leg had gotten. So I'm going to utilize my experience that I have as a personal trainer to really just slowly ease back into things, you know. And another thing I'm trying to do is to activate the anabolic hormones such as testosterone, that's going to help me also speed the recovery as well. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's almost sundown. So I'm going to take advantage before the sundown prayer comes in, the Mulberry prayer. So I'm going to try to do about a half an hour out here. And so, yeah, but what I wanted to include in this video is there was a subscriber that had asked about mixing oils, which I think was a great idea, a great topic to talk about. So let's get down to it. Also, she had mentioned mixing colors, and so I actually spoke with one of my subscribers, and she was talking about another one of my subscribers who's also an oil vendor, and she was saying that he was telling her how to mix certain oils together to make a certain exclusive scent. And this can be a very profitable thing if you do it right. You know what I'm saying? And if you can continue to duplicate it in an easy way. But the way I intend to do it is because if you blend oils, say you blend like 10 different oils, right? And this is a problem that I've ran into before. You blend 10 different oils. I mean, if you don't have the discipline to like write down exactly what you put in the oil that you're blending, or the new creation that you're blending up, then what you're going to run into is like, if you're like me, what I would do is I'd put it right on the side of the bottle. I'd get like a nice fat sticker, put on the side of the bottle, and put exactly what I put in it, and it stays on the bottle. But the problem with that I ran into is when you run out of the oil, or oil leaks off onto the side of the bottle, then what happens is you lose your formula of what you blended. And I've had that happen. So I think the more systematic way that I intend to go about it is to blend the oil, take some out, send it off to my manufacturer, have them duplicate it, so that way I have it in the library. That way I never have to go back again and remember what I put in it. I never have to remember a recipe or anything like that. So that's just kind of how I'm planning on doing it, you know. And also there's just so much that can go into making such a profitable fragrance, even to the point of naming. Because once you have your special blend, you want to be able to have a good name. Names carry energy, You know what I'm saying? When people hear a certain name, it makes them feel a certain way. You know what I mean? So it's so important to have a good name and be creative. And also, not just that, when you name a fragrance, you got to make sure that it's not a name that's already taken. You got to make sure it's not a name that's in use, that is a registered trademark, because let me tell you, you could get in tons of trouble if you're using a name that is trademarked, unless, of course, you are using the proper disclaimers to give credit to the actual original designer of the original fragrance. So that's something you should look into. If you're not familiar with trademarks, trademark laws, one website that I would turn you all on to, that I recommend, that I have actually used in the past to protect my business, is a website called LegalZoom. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to LegalZoom. When you get there, you're going to ask to talk to I believe, a patent attorney or a trademark attorney. Just go to the website, LegalZoom.com. And the attorney is going to tell you the ins and outs. They're going to tell you how to protect yourself from falling into any illegal activity, such as trademark infringement. Because this is not a topic, it's a very sensitive subject that I kind of didn't really want to mess with. But at the same time, I see there's a lot of you out there that are probably new to the body oil business, and I don't want to see you get hemmed up. So that's one thing that I recommend, is to go there. And there are certain rules to what you can use and what you can't use, and there are certain occasions where you need to use the proper disclaimers. So, like, let's say, for example, like strawberry, right? Strawberry is an actual. You can't trademark the word strawberry because it describes a thing, right? Egyptian musk. You can't trademark the name Egyptian musk. There's no trademark for Egyptian musk. Or even the word musk, right? Because it describes something. But if it's something unique, right, that's been in use for a while, and this is something I'd gone over with some subscribers of mine. They were talking about trademarking a name, and I'm like, or patenting a name. And I'm like, man, it's going to take a while, because to patent a name takes time. There's a lot that goes into patenting a name. And as far as I know and what I was told, people that actually patent, like we call it a patent attorney, I was told that they actually have to have an engineering background. I don't know why, but there are certain things with patents, certain trademarks, right? Like lines on the trademarks have to be a certain way, right? And they have to know how to measure, little lines, or they have to know how to measure the artwork in such a way to be able to know if someone actually stole a trademark or a patent or anything like that. And so there's a lot that goes into it. But I think with body oils, I think it's best to keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? I try to stick with simple names, and also giving credit to the original designers of the original fragrance, such as like the colognes and stuff like that. You have to really make sure that when you're selling these body oils, that you're giving credit to the original designer, and that you're not claiming that your body oil is the original. And so there are ways to go about that. And again, one useful piece of tool that I recommend is that website. Like I said, LegalZoom.com. Go there and ask who would be the appropriate attorney to talk to. and it's a prepaid service. When you talk to someone at LegalZoom, you know, you can call in as many times as you want to get advice. It's very inexpensive. If you're trying to incorporate your company or start a corporation or something like that, they'll also help you along those lines as well. So yeah, so that's what I would recommend. But anyways, I know I get a little off track talking about other stuff. But back to what I was saying about blending oils. Me personally, I have found that I try to blend oils that are like oils. I try to blend like oils, oils that have similar characteristics. That's just my style. Everybody's style is different. There's no rule to how you should blend oils. It's art, is what it is. It's really an art, and everybody has their own artistic style on how they like to blend their oils. One of my subscribers, he actually does many oils in one blend, and he does well with being able to present it as a new fragrance. He gives it a new name and everything, and it sells well. And so that's one thing you could do. Let's say, for example, if you're just getting started and all you have is like 20-30 fragrances, start blending stuff. Start blending some different fragrances and start giving them your own names. You know, you can optimize the sales of your business by doing that. So instead of having, let's say, 20-30 fragrances, now, okay, you've created from those 20 or 30 fragrances, now you've created 10 more new fragrances as a result of blending certain oils together. And the nice thing about that is it creates exclusivity in your business. So what you're doing is you're creating a scent that nobody else has, and that your customer will have to come back to you if they want that again. You know what I'm saying? You know, now, granted, there are bigger companies out there who could take that oil of yours, that if it ever becomes extremely popular, they could take that, turn around, and duplicate it, and make it their own oil and put another name on it. That's fine. But if you have a whole business model centered around exclusive scents that you created or blended together, then is a big company really going to try to go after that? You know, and to really take from your ideas? I mean, it's like, it's not worth their time. But for the small crafter, I have seen over and over again situations where I have a certain exclusive scent that somebody wants, and they go looking somewhere else for it and they can't find it. and then they end up coming back, and I'm telling them, well, this is the reason why you can't find it, is because I'm the one that made that oil. I'm the one that put that together. So this is something you all can try. Test it out. What I like to do is I like to test in small batches. So what I'll do is I get a little sample vial, let's say a little 1 ml. I'll use that as kind of like a little measurement, right? And then I'll do it, you know, in equal parts into a one little roll-on. And you know, if it turns out good, then I know that I can do it in a larger amount, because it turned out good in a smaller amount. And what I'll do is, after I get done putting a little small batch together like that, I'll just give the roll-on away to somebody. That's just how I am. I like to just give stuff away sometimes. And a lot of times when people get hooked on that scent, and you see they come back, and they're like, man, what was that fragrance you gave me? Because I really like it. And it's really gratifying when you have people coming back for an exclusive scent that you put together with your own hands. So that's something I recommend, y'all. And also, back to what I was saying, is also color. I think I'm going to do a separate video on colors. I already did a video on colors before, but I didn't really go in depth on colors because there's just so many different avenues you can go with colors. And there's also different sources that I may share. I don't really share my sourcing that often. That's kind of that's something I do at my discretion. But with colors, I might put some stuff out there for you all, some goodies. So yeah, get the blending and tell me how it turns out. Share what you've done, and you know, I want to hear what you've done with your business. But if you all have any more suggestions for videos, more content ideas, I would appreciate it. And it'll just give me some more stuff to put out there, some more videos of value. But until then, I'll talk to you all later, everybody. Have a good night.